Okay, guys, let's just start now. I think we cannot wait for the others to come. Let's just, start. But before we start to have our, our lesson, I want to make sure that you guys understand that. One second, guys. I think one second. I think my TV. Need to turn off my TV first. Okay. Okay, all good. Okay, so let's just start now. Before we actually start to have you guys one by one to speak upon your speech script, I really want you guys to actually, okay, you can send your speech script because if you haven't sent it, then I'm not going to notify you to speak because uh, only 2% have sent it to the group chat and Kauri, she's not coming right now. She's not coming yet. So I think she probably be the last person who's going to speak upon her speech. Okay, so upon her dialect. So the others, please, if you want to be notified, please send your speech script. Yeah, Kak Nabila, Kak Mashita. Because if you're not sending it, then I'm not going to notify you for today's speaking session. All right. So, guys, as we've already been mentioned about, yes, our previous meeting, which is yesterday, about how is the public transportation and private vehicles, okay, how important they are in our life and how impactful or also not only impactful but provide, I mean, give us the warning sign, like the one that we need to be aware, like fully aware about how how much this causes us, okay, how much this causes us to being less productive, to being more, you know, more damaging to the environment. So I think there are a lot of causes for this, okay? And I think you've done your best to find the spouse you need, okay? And I'm really sure that you've already, sharing and exchanging the opinions and yeah, your personal experience based on some kind of pictures that we've already just, you know, we have already just discussed, which is very great for me to hear that you have a critical and rational, thinking about this. Yeah. And then I really wanted to use some kind of the conjunction that already provided, and also I'm provided to you with the sentences, okay, with the sample, with the example, and yeah, the sample and example actually the same thing. And also like expressing preferences because I think that some of you here are still not sure what kind of grammar or tenses that you want to use, but yeah, that's therefore I'm just providing you with things that yeah we can say that it makes your grammar usage more accurate, more how do I say this in a way, more accurate, yeah, more natural, and then you can avoid the misuse of grammar because I've wanted a lot actually. That's okay. And also like I already provided with you the cause and effect because when we're talking about how we're how we're having this mindset with our uh, basic necessity and sometimes public transport or even private vehicles. Now I'm saying like I'm talking about private vehicles. It could be our basic necessity, right? Could be. It's all not only for food for the basic necessity, but somehow like this secondary, we call it secondary, like primer, secondary, and there's yeah, tertiary. But this one here, secondary needs, right? Well, but it's just is the most useful right now, where people having this fear of missing out when they cannot collect their money, when they cannot saving their money to buy the secondary items, and it's just start to be more damaging to the environment, because most of the people have the same mind, have the same opinion that, oh, I think if I could save my money, I can just buy car, like a new car. And every time you see a new trend of the car, new brand of the car, especially when you see now we are living in a world that we're seeing electricity car just get around us, and it's very small. You know it doesn't need to be in a spacious area. You can just fit them in your garage, even in the small garage, because it's like a wooling, let's say like wooling brand car, right? So I think that's how people just. I mean, it's not only about private vehicles, but public transportation, such as do you know Green SM? Are you? I mean, you know that, guys? Green SM.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, I think you must know if you follow the railway train accident. I'm so sorry for the metro train accident. We just found out like weeks ago. Well, SM is actually a new brand car from Vietnam. If I'm not mistaken, it's from Vietnam, I guess. And then they also like have this the rebranding of the taxi online car that makes them not regular, makes them unlimited or like special editions, because they're using electricity car. But they make the fare, okay, the fare itu maksudnya cost ya, the fare just way more expensive than the regular one. I think because of the electricity car, right? Okay, and also like the driver, they have the uniform. So I still remember the taxi online. I mean, when I was a kid, because I saw like every taxi driver, they use their own uniform. So yeah, I think that's how the word develops. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to be more critical about this, and when you're stating your opinion, you have to be more aware that not everyone have the same opinion on you. So in our class, there's no debating. We only give you some time to speech and yeah, to speak. Sorry, to speak and yeah, I mean engaging in your opinion. And also like I provide you with some kind of vocabulary. So I hope you use this vocabulary, because by the way, you can use this vocabulary for your sentences if you feel like, oh, I think I'm running out of idea what to write, what to search the keyword on Google somehow like that. Well, you don't need to be worried about that, because I got you. Also, I found it that very interesting if you use some kind of this vocabulary, because this vocabulary tended to be the intermediate one. And if you know that I've done my writing in IELTS topic, and one of the topic that came out was in this topic, right? I still remember like some kind of these vocabulary that I've been using is kind of like intermediate level, and yeah, it really works. By the way, so yeah, I'm suggesting it. All right, now let's go. I'm gonna go with Ida, because I think she's never been the first person to speak for this batch. So I think I'm gonna go with Kaida. Are you there, Kaida?
Yes, Miss.
All right. Oh, your name is Samsung.
Because
This one
I
that
see
here
to
is Kaida.
I see to phone because I think your voice not really clear in my other device.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. Well, now let's hear it from you, Kaida. You are
Mm-hmm.
the motorcycle and bicycle, correct?
No, I think for me airplane
Oh,
and
airplane ship. This one, right? Hello?
airplane and ship.
Okay, then. Okay, the floor is yours. Let's go, Kaida.
Mm-hmm. That's me. Okay, thank you, Miss Safia. Mm-hmm. In modern society, transportation plays an important role in supporting a better city life. Among many kinds of transportation, I prefer the airplanes because considered one of the most highly convenient, convenience, convenience, right? Option because they
Convenient.
provide fast and efficient travel for long distances. The airplanes also offer maximum comfort and unparalleled convenience for people who need to travel between cities or countries in the short time. In addition, they give passengers ultimate flexibility for business trips, vacation, and other important activities. However, despite their advantages, airplanes also have several negative impacts on the fuel consumption and produce large carbon footprints, which can lead to environmental damage. Pollution from transportation may also threaten human respiratory health, especially in crowded urban areas. Therefore, people should use transportation wisely and support more environmentally friendly solutions. On other hand, ships are also important transportation vehicles because they can carry heavy cargo and many passengers at the same time. Traveling by ship can feel relaxing and comfortable, although it usually takes more time compared to air travel. Large ships may also contribute to pollution and damage marine ecosystem if they are not managed properly. Based on personal experience, I would rather riding an airplane because uh, the airplane can both exciting and comfortable because it allow people to reach their destination quickly. Nevertheless,
Mm.
modern transportation systems still need improvement, especially in rural areas where public transportation is often limited. In my opinion, the government should pay more attention to developing affordable and efficient public transportation in rural communities. Better
Mhm.
transportation system can reduce congestions, minimize environmental damage, and improve the quality of life for many people. That is
Okay.
my opinion.
1 second. I'm trying to find. I saw this video from the airplane. Can you give me just like for a second? 1 second. Because I a year ago about the airplane, like eco-friendly airplane, but I forgot the name. So I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I now found it. Okay. So you say that you've already choose that you want to ride with the airplane, right? That's the one that you prefer to go with, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I think about the airplane. I think I can agree with you with that because I've seen some kind of video with from the airplane kind of from the aircraft, let's say aircraft company. I forget the name, but yeah, I saw the video on YouTube actually when they're explaining about the sustainable, what's it called again? Sustainable aviation fuel. Yeah. So sustainable aviation fuel is actually the eco-friendly gasoline, that comes from airplane. Okay. Um, because Kaida, the fact that airplane, right, and we saw the number, right, which is yesterday, the exceeding number that they're making the environment, more damaging, and it just lives with the carbon footprint, right? And it shows that ships, not as convenient as the airplane, but I mean, despite of that issue, well, the ship is not the one who's the ship is not the one who's making more environmental disruptions. Well, but yeah, I mean, airplane is taking action with this with sustainable efficient full kaida, but this might be cost airplane a lot. Like this might be cost the aircraft companies a lot, kaida. So if this happened, Kaida, one of the aircraft companies said, okay, if all the airplane in oh sorry, if all the aircraft company in the world or worldwide, they're going to transforming, or they're going to swifting to the sustainable aviation fuel, which is more eco-friendly gasoline, then yes, the airplane ticket will be more expensive than the usual. What do you think about this, Kada? Do you still want to use airplane even after this happen?
Actually, this nowadays this price of the ticket is already higher. I think is that right?
Yeah, yeah, but this
Uh-huh.
might be
Mm-hmm.
much higher than usual, could be.
This is like this. What is this? Like the coin of the money. You cannot
Yes.
tell the. This is this two side has impact. Each
Mhm,
side, right? Actually, this is
mhm,
difficult, but actually, this is maybe like this is another choice or another option. I think
mm,
maybe they will in the technology. I think in the world they will increase step by step
mm.
uh based on this times. I mean the century. It will be like that maybe for the
Yeah,
next
there's a
generation
development.
of the next era. They will find it. They will find the new system, the new gasoline, the new ecosystem. They will make something like that.
Yes.
Everything, every aspect, and every kind of technology.
Mhm.
Uh, but the price is like me special. Before when I was small, some things are very expensive, right? I
Yes.
cannot, we could not afford to buy it. But
Yeah.
nowadays, even though it's higher, expensive, I mean, but alhamdulillah, we can afford it, right?
Okay.
Something maybe like that is like imagine like the simplicity. I mean, this something maybe it will be like that. Same also for other technology like
Mm,
earphone, something like that. It will be like this. They will find other choice, other way to
mm.
be decrease
Near
damage for the
pollution. Mhm.
nature, yeah, for the pollution, for the nature, like for the world, this world. They will make, of course, because the human being they give from the God a good brain so to think about the technology
Mm,
and the
mm.
knowledge. Yeah, I mean it makes
Extending
sense.
the
Yeah,
knowledge for
yeah, of
sure.
course it will be sustaining. It will be for the
Yeah.
next era. I think I
So,
just follow what the rule, what the situation is. It the human being like something like that in the world?
but does this make you and your family would travel less because of this?
Maybe
If it's
yes, but sample, I mean, if we are going to perform Hajj to Saudi
Mhm.
Arabia, we cannot.
Yeah.
Of course, we have to go by planes because it's easier, it's faster, more
Mhm.
convenient, like before said, right? Uh, because and maybe another transportation like ship is taking long time and it's not convenient at all. I mean. Yeah, of course. But maybe we can reduce our trip or our travel, something like that. Maybe it's not necessary, not important. No need to go outside a
No,
country,
that's
something like that.
realistic. Mm. Yeah.
The important thing one
It
like
differ
perform
different, right?
Hajj, perform Umrah, something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be the yeah, I mean the urgency way that you might
Mm-hmm.
going to go for it, because our life also depends on how much money, how much income, how much our income, revenue.
Mm-hmm.
That's also our life depends on that, if we want to spend them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be more careful on that. Yes, for sure. Because yeah, I mean, in this era, in this modern era, where we're entering the I would say like eco-friendly, like all of the products right now, they're consuming themselves that we are the high quality product because we are eco-friendly, something like that. So I think it's just becomes a new trend, but it's a good way trend. But we need to following up with that because that's how the world evolves,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Thank you so
Exactly.
much for sharing. Do you have anything you
Yes.
want to share?
Maybe for addition, the last one. If you
Okay,
want to
sure.
go some maybe other province, like maybe you're going to Lombok or something like that, you can
Mm-hmm.
try to use to ride other transportation, maybe not plane, not airplane, maybe you can try by ship. Yeah, just for experience. Maybe need 3 days only, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is I just imagine if we have plan to visit Lombok or some other province to go there. Maybe we can
Private
try
jet,
to
you
go
mean?
by, yes, riding by the ship. I think, you know, Miss ship
Yeah.
maybe 3 days. Mhm. This is
Okay,
cheaper
okay.
also. The ticket cheaper also.
Okay. You mean like if you're just going to travel around this
Mm-mm.
around the country, which is
Yeah,
I mean like around the
province.
city. Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Maybe just
Okay.
try it. Try.
Fair
Why not?
enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
think
for experience.
it's a decent
Mhm.
yeah, it's a decent point. Yeah. Can agree with that. Yes, for sure. Wow. Thank you for sharing by the way, Kite.
Yes. Welcome.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to give you a criteria, so I'm not wasting my time for the other so because they have to also speak, but we will wait for the grammar after this, okay? Thank you. Let's go with Kak Nabila. Hello, Kak Nabila. Are you there?
Okay, halo Miss.
You there? Hi, Kak Nabila. Okay, Kak Nabila. Are you ready?
Inshallah.
Ready?
Yeah, ready, Miss.
All right, Alhamdulillah. Okay, now the floor is yours,
Okay.
please.
Electrical cars versus petrol cars. An
Okay.
electric cars use electricity as power source, while a petrol car use fuel such as gasoline. Um,
Mhm.
both vehicles help people move from one place to another place, but they have different impact on the environment, cost, and convenience. Today, many people are starting to use electric cars because they are considered more eco-friendly, while
Mm-hmm.
petrol cars are still used because they are practical and easy to refuel. However, electric
Mm,
cars can also cause environmental problem. They need large batteries, and battery production require rare materials such as lithium. Lithium
mm,
can damage the environment, include soil, water, and ecosystem. In addition, used batteries can become waste if they are not recycled properly. So even though
mm.
electric cars reduce air pollution, they still have environmental impact during battery production. So
Mm,
uh, I also
mhm,
make advantage and disadvantage between
okay.
electric cars and petrol
Right.
cars. For the advantage from electric cars, first,
Mhm,
environmentally friendly. Yeah, they don't produce exhaust emission, which help reduce air pollution in city. And second one, lower operation costs. Charging is usually cheaper than buying fuel. And three,
okay.
less maintenance. They don't need regular oil change, spark plugs, or filters. And for the disadvantage from electric cars, first, higher purchase
Mhm,
price. Electric cars are still more expensive. Yeah, I think because batteries are costly. And two, and second, charging time. Yeah, charging battery takes longer than filling fuel. And third, limited charging station. Charging facility are not available everywhere. And then number 4, battery degradation. Battery capacity decreases over time and replacement is expensive. And for the petrol cars, uh, advantage 1, fast and easy refuel. Petrol stations are available in everywhere. And number 2, lower purchase price. Conventional cars are generally cheaper to buy. And number 3, easy to repair. Yeah, many mechanic and workshop are available for petrol cars. And for disadvantage from petrol cars, 1, high emission. They produce carbon emission that contribute to global warming and air pollution. And number 2,
Mm-hmm.
fuel prices may increase it over time. Yeah, depend on world situation. And number 3, regular maintenance. They have many moving parts that need regular servicing. So, in my opinion, electric cars are better for reduce air pollution and improving the quality of life in city. They can help create a cleaner environment and reduce carbon emission. However, I would rather use a petrol cars, yeah, like petrol vehicles, yeah. For now, due to the limited charging facility in my area and the high maintenance costs of electric vehicles, especially battery replacement. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's all for me, Miss.
All right, Kanabila, the question is for you. I think I agree with you with you saying that it's the limited, it's limited availability. Yeah, limited availability for the electric car. Whenever you want to charge the battery, you want to charge the car basically, because if you're going to the rural area, if you travel to the rural area, you're not going to find them very easily, right? Especially, I mean, they're not been notified yet about this electric cars. So I think, for example, like Green SM, the one that I've already mentioned about it before, like probably they're not going to see or any kind of full the battery sorry charging the car battery if they're travel to rural area. That's why for the Green SM, they don't own the car. You know that, right? They don't own the car actually, guys. So it's from the company. That's why they're using the uniform. So it's the same thing with the taxi, you know. And then I think I agree with you with the petrol cars for only using the gasoline, even though that you need to, face the long queue, and also the I would say like it's not flexible, right? It's the imbalance purchasing on gasoline, yeah, because sometimes they're going to be they're not never I mean never been cheaper before. It's always been the same way. It's either the same price or way too higher than our salary expectation, by the way, or our saving or our monthly saving, which is way higher for our monthly savings, right? But well, somehow we did it. That's why I say that regular car or like petrol car, the one that we've mentioned before, it become our primary needs, our basic necessity. Now, not like the secondary uh, needs anymore. So the question for you, Kak Nabila, if you if you choose the petrol car over the electric car, right? How do you maintain, okay, to not make to not make any receiving for to not make any impact, okay, like let's say like horrible impact on the environmental destruction. How are you going to do that? How are you going to make sure that even though I'm using my petrol car, I'm not going to damage the environment more than it needs to be?
Um, yeah, if I choose a petrol vehicles or petrol cars, maybe I can reduce environmental impact by maintaining it properly. Maybe for example, I would
Mhm.
service car regularly. Check the
Okay, check
condition.
the engine. Good,
Mm-hmm.
good, good.
And
Mhm.
I will make sure it pass emission tests. And a well-maintained car usually produce less pollution.
Mhm.
And I can also reduce the impact by using the car only when necessary, or sharing with others. Yeah, like share when I go to somewhere with my friend or my family,
Mm.
or combining it with public transportation for some trips. Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a very good answer, very realistic one. But if you have like electric cars, okay, would you be considered to having your electric car? I mean, if you're not living in your area, which is we found it a bit difficult to find the suitable for the battery charge. Would you consider it?
Miss, actually I don't get your question. Maksudnya gimana, Miss?
Would you consider to buy the electric cars if you're not
Mm-mm.
living in your own city right now? Because you've been stated that in your current city, the one that you're living right now, right? They don't have the suitable place, okay, in the area, okay, to charge the battery, okay, to charge the battery for the electric car. But if you're not living there, okay, would you consider to buy it to protect the environment for sure? You get my question?
Yes,
Oh, that
but I
my
think
voice.
if I had electric car,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot find a charging station. Yeah, Miss.
No, if would you consider to buy electric car if you're not living in your city? Because
Oh,
you've said it that in your area, it is very hard for you to find a suitable place to charge the battery because they don't provide you
hmm.
limited ability for sure. But would you consider to buy if you're not living in the area for the environmental, protection?
Okay. I think I mm, didn't. I didn't consider to buy the electric cars.
I haven't considered.
Hmm. Because
I haven't considered.
if in my area the apa ya, doesn't have facility to my vehicles, so I think it can be more difficult for me to move
Mm-hmm.
to another place, like apa ya, jadi kayak
Mm-hmm.
susah gitu,
Okay.
kemana-mana jadi susah. Bener
Oh,
ya, Miss?
it's
Jawabannya.
hard to get around.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so um I will just I will just the petrol cars uh rather than electric cars.
Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
very realistic. I like it. Thank you so much, Nabila, for sharing, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. I really like the point that Kanabila said it there. Every point that she just stated is a very well structured and, of course, it's very realistic, by the way. Very good. Because you just want to protect ourselves. That I'm not going to damaging more for the entire environmental system. So I'm just going to go with petrol cars because that's what people just buying. That's what common people buy, right? All right, let's with Karima. Are you there, Kak Karima?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
All right, let's hear it from you, Kak Karima.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Today I wrote a speech a little bit longer because actually I use both of the transportation, online taxi, and also public buses. Okay. Today I would like to talk about transportation in urban life by comparing online taxi services such as GoCar, GrabCar, Maxim, Bluebird, or maybe Green SM with Transjakarta. Transportation has become an essential part of daily activities, especially in big cities such as Jakarta, where mobility strongly influences productivity, comfort, and lifestyle. In my opinion, both transportation options are important because each one serves different purposes depending on time, budget, safety consideration, and travel situation. To
Okay.
begin with, Transjakarta plays a significant role in improving urban mobility. While online taxis provide personal comfort and flexibility, Transjakarta offers huge connectivity through an integrated route system that connects many areas across the city. It is highly cost-effective and accessible to all income groups, allowing students, workers, and families to travel affordably. Unlike private transportation, public buses help reduce the number of vehicles on the road because many passengers travel together in one vehicle. As a
Mhm.
result, traffic becomes lighter and air pollution can be reduced, supporting a more sustainable urban environment. Public transportation also encourage more responsible travel behavior. People become less dependent on individual vehicles and more aware of environmental impacts. Owing to dedicated bus lanes, Transjakarta buses are sometimes able to move more smoothly even during busy hours. Consequently, public transportation becomes an important long-term solution for urban sustainability. However, online taxi service also provide clear advantage. Passengers can travel directly from their starting point to their destination without transfers or complicated routes. This convenience becomes extremely helpful when someone needs to visit several places within one day. However, the fare is generally more expensive compared to public transportation such as Transjakarta. Traveling together with friends makes the price more reasonable because the cost can be shared. Due to increasing number of private vehicles operating in cities, roads roads often becomes very crowded, especially during peak hours, which can slow down travel time and increase air pollution. And safety is another important consideration when using online taxis. Passengers need to be more careful, especially when traveling alone. This concern becomes more significant for women because there is always a possibility of unwanted situations. Although transportation platforms provide driver identification, trip tracking, and emergency features, personal awareness remains essential. Many passengers share their live location with family members, confirm driver information, and stay aware throughout the journey. Therefore, safety awareness plays a major role when selecting these transportation options. On the other hand, Transjakarta also requires attention regarding safety. Even though it is public transportation and generally reliable, passengers still need to stay careful. Cases of pickpocketing sometimes occur in crowded buses or bus stations. In addition, there have been reports of sexual harassment incidents in public transportation spaces. Although security officers and surveillance systems are available, passengers must protect their belongings, pay attention to their surroundings, and choose safer position inside the bus. Consequently, both transportation options require awareness and precaution, especially for women traveling alone. In terms of affordability, Transjakarta remains one of the most economical transportation choices in the city. The ticket price is very inexpensive, allowing people to travel long distance at minimal cost. However, several practical challenges still exist. On certain routes, waiting time can be quite long because buses may arrive every 30 minutes or even longer. During rush hour or holiday seasons, buses frequently become overcrowded, which reduce comfort and personal space. Therefore, passengers must consider timing carefully before choosing this mode of transportation. From my personal experience, I use both transportation modes depending on my needs and daily schedule. When I have many destinations to visit and cannot afford to waste time waiting, I usually choose an online taxi like GoCar or maybe GrabCar or maybe Bluebird. Because it offers speed and direct access. However, when I travel a relaxed situation without a strict time pressure, I prefer taking Transjakarta because it helps me save money and support a more environmentally friendly lifestyle. Therefore, transportation choice becomes situation rather than fixed. In conclusion, neither transportation system is completely superior to the other. Online taxis provide convenience, flexibility, and efficiency, whereas Transjakarta offers affordability, accessibility, and environmental benefits. Both options also require awareness regarding safety and personal security. By choosing transportation based on circumstance, people can ensure practical mobility while supporting safer and more sustainable urban living. I think that's from me, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, Kak Karima, I think I really like the way that you're making it, I mean, much longer, which I want it to be, all right? I expected you to be, I expect all the students to be. That's the first thing I wanna, point it out. The second thing that I highlight about you is that you're using the conjunction. So each of the sentence, especially each of the paragraph, you're having different conjunction. You're having different first sentence to begin your opinion and your statement, which is very considerate that you aware of this grammar usage. That's the second thing. And the third thing that I really like, because you use in conclusion. So we already know that, oh, now we are now you are almost finished your speech presentations, which is also aligned with the grammar. Sorry, not the grammar, which is also aligned with the task. Let's get lexical resource. Do you know that lexical resource? So, lexical resource, like you understand about the length of your paragraph. That's the first, of your speech, and the second thing is that you understand that people want to hear when are you going to start to start your speech and to speak on your speech, and when you're going to finish to speak on your speech, and also you're using the conjunction, so it's making it complex sentences. That's how we say it. That's therefore I think I can mark you good with the lexical resource. And for sure, you're mentioning about the advantages and disadvantages for both of the for both of the transportations, whether it's the public transportation or the share, right? I mean, all of these here are the public transportation, by the way, but we're just having different point of view of how useful and impactful they are for the passengers. So my question is to you, that you've said that you choosing, sorry, Transjakarta over the sharing ride car, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My question to you is that you know that the time, okay, the time, there is a time curfew, let's say that, right? There's a time limit that maybe probably like at 9 p.m. you cannot use the Transjakarta anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.?
Some routes has different schedule, Miss.
Okay, but the time schedule is very strict and it's not gonna be until midnight, right?
Yes, that's right.
Assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, and you keep saying about like, oh, depending on which situation I'm standing for. If I'm just going with my family, then I'm going with the sharing ride car, or you say that if I want to go somewhere and it's not taking me long, and then I might going to with sharing ride car and then not with the Transjakarta, because Transjakarta I think that the last route is going to be in the Kota Tua, if I'm not mistaken, because I've also ride this Transjakarta once, okay? But well, anyway, I want to ask you about this one. If you came late, okay, this is the late hour we're talking about, it's past midnight, right? And you really need to ride with the public transportation. Do you think that government, right? Because you say that I think it's safer and more convenient with Transjakarta, especially with the, I would say, like luxury, affordable price, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that government, right, should make the Transjakarta time schedule, right? It's just freer than before. It's just more available than before. That could be past midnight. I mean, well, at least until 12 p.m.
Okay. For the government, actually, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
the government uh should add more buses because
Oh,
in some routes, uh why people wait too long? Because like they just have maybe four buses in that route. So yeah, s- uh instead of there are a lot of passengers that want to use the buses.
mm-hmm.
So if about the time, if I'm not mistaken, I ever heard that if there's differences between weekend and also weekdays.
Mm-hmm.
So if weekdays, maybe there are some routes which have a schedule until midnight, until 12 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah.
if in weekend, it just maybe 10 p.m. if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So it's just about the total of the buses. The government should add more buses. Maybe
Mm,
the electric one or maybe the regular one, because
okay.
the
It's very
Transjakarta
good.
actually have routes to another city like Depok, but
Mm,
the buses is so limited. So when the
mm.
bus come, actually from the first stop, it's almost full in one bus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're full of people, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
I get that. So, okay. Well, I think I can agree with that, like numbers of the facility that needs to be add up for people to be satisfied, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the other way around, I still agree that the government probably, I mean, just should be reconsiderate about the, you know, about the time schedule that can't be past midnight because, some of the
Mm-hmm.
ones, especially if they have long hours, long
Mm.
working hours, right?
Yes.
And I think they need it the most,
Mm-hmm.
in Jakarta. I mean, just my opinion, okay?
Oh
Because I
yeah.
don't live in Jakarta, by the way, but do you
Mm.
agree with that opinion or do you think, I think not really?
Yes, I think not really because in
Mm.
today now, um I heard there's a lot of what is it, kejahatan, Miss?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Kejahatan? Crime?
illegal, in midnight.
Oh, okay.
So maybe um 12 p.m. is, what is it? The paling mentok gitu. Because
Uh,
there's a lot of of uh
the maximum of time.
mhm, mhm.
Time of ability, the maximum of time of ability is 12 p.m. Is that what you want to say?
Yes. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Because a lot of crime. Is that what you
Yes.
want to? Okay.
There's a lot. There's very there's very
Mm-hmm.
very there's a lot of crime
Yeah.
everywhere now.
Yeah. It's not only pickpocket. Pickpockets in the bus, inside the bus, but outside the bus, there's going to be robbery. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
be someone doing the harassment, right?
Yes.
And
Mm-mm.
okay, that's a very good thing. That's a very good point, by the way. Thank you so much, Kakarima, for sharing. I
My
really love it.
pleasure, Miss.
Yes. We'll see the feedback later, yeah, guys. Yeah. The time is ticking. Let's go with Kak Mashita. After that, it's Kauri. Oh, Kauri's finally come. Let's go with you, Kak Masita, please.
Okay, Miss. I will explain about the MRT and KRL or commuter line. So, MRT and KRL or commuter line are railway transportation that use electricity as their power source. MRT stands for Mass Rapid Transit, while KRL stands for Kereta Rel Listrik, which is commonly known as the commuter line. So the MRT is designed for fast urban transportation within the city center, whereas the commuter line serves a long distance commuter from suburban areas into the city. In my opinion, the MRT is more convenient to the better city life. The MRT has several advantages. It mostly operates on underground tracks, which are less affected by traffic condition. And speed
Okay,
station
Salazar?
are, yeah,
Oh, the connection. Sorry, that was the
okay.
connection. Yes, continue, please.
Okay, so since the MRT uses underground tracks, people with another transportation do not need to spend time waiting at railway crossings for train to pass. And then the station of the MRT are usually more modern, and the inside of the MRT is more comfortable. But the disadvantages are MRT is more expensive compared to commuter line, and it has smaller passenger capacity than the commuter line. But in fact, its passenger capacity is smaller than the commuter line. But considering that its routes mainly cover city centers area, this is understandable. In contrast, the commuter line has a larger passenger capacity compared to the MRT. It also facilitates long-distance commuters and wider coverage area, making it easier for people who live far from the city center to access the city, and of course, the fee is more affordable. One disadvantage of the commuter line is that it makes many stops, so it usually takes longer to reach the destination. Whereas it has a bigger capacity, its wider coverage area also makes it crowded, especially during rush hours. In addition, commuter lines mainly use above ground railways, so they sometimes need to adjust to railway traffic conditions. Actually, I have experience using the commuter line from Jogja to Solo, and at that time it was quite crowded. I have never used the MRT before, but in my opinion, MRT has great potential to improve urban mobility and more convenient to the better city life, especially in big city because it is faster, more modern, and less affected by traffic condition. Uh, and in my opinion, yeah, the current system of the MRT is already good, but it could still be improved by adapting systems like in other countries like Japan, where the train schedules are well synchronized between the MRT and the commuter line. And in addition, passengers do not need to tap their cards repeatedly because the ticketing system is already well integrated between the MRT and commuter line. I hope the government will continue to expand MRT development in more cities, especially in rural area in Indonesia, so that public transportation can become more efficient, comfortable, and accessible for many people. Yeah, I
Thank you
think
so much.
that's, yeah.
I think I wanna adding up some information about regarding MRT because I've made a journal about it.
Mm-mm.
Actually about how much environmental destructions that they've met even
Mm-hmm.
before and long before they not only about environmental damage but it's actually also about our national budget that trespassing the it's trespassing the government's national yearly system
Mm.
Well, MRT, they are in huge loan, I would say that. Yeah, they're in
Which
a huge debt. Yeah. Yes. Before they've started their, before they've started their, yes, use, okay. Sorry, before they've started the consumptions for the people, and they've presented to the people about how useful they are, because you're talking about how useful they are, right? Which is very good, by the way. But yeah, long way before that, okay, they have the day,
Mm.
because yeah, it's a China, right? It's called BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. You know, this one MRT here is a Belt and Road Initiative system. Yeah,
Mm.
is an economic system, by the way, that they've already made, like, I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, like 21 billion is a debt,
Oh,
actually. Yes, long way before they've started you know the system. Yeah. So what about now? I mean, well, it's just getting more. Yeah, they're just stuck in the debt, by the way, debt. Yeah, and they're
Dutch.
now
What is Dutch?
debt, utang.
Oh, okay.
Utangnya banyak gitu,
Mm.
by the way, gitu. And it's not, they haven't received the annual income yet due to the debt system.
Mm.
That's why. So, um, what do you think about this, Ka Mashita? Do you think, okay, because I know the answer actually, but I just want to know your opinion. Do you think that this is the government's fault for not
Mm.
protecting, the national budget for the MRT, all right? Or you think that, I think we can covering up this debt, okay, this billion debt, if the government, give like a rule. I would say, like, I wouldn't say like a strict rule, but it's a strict rule, but it's just not legally written
Mm.
on the article law for the rich, okay, for the rich people to use MRT, like to covering up some debt, so we can receive
Oh,
annual income, eventually, because we're still in the debt, by the way. That's why MRT probably going to be not. I don't know. I think it's just not a good start for Indonesia in a better life, gitu. Even though it's a little bit eco-friendly, by the way. Which one do you think is more convenient to Indonesia?
yeah, Miss. I think it is the um what is your government fault ya for not apa ya namanya menghitung, what is menghitung ya, for not calculate the budgeting and the
Allocating. Let's go allocating budgeting.
allocating budgeting and allocating
Okay.
and the income they expected to get from MRT and sebentar ya, Miss. I need to
Yeah.
think first. Hmm.
Because yeah, this is actually a news, okay? A
Uh,
new
uh,
thing for me, right? About this. I was just giving you like suggestion that, do you think that those rich people, right, they can covering up some kind of annual income, so we're not actually stuck in the debt?
um,
Like, the government probably just for the, DPR,
oh,
kind of notice for the DPR, well, I think you have this, because they are also the commuter, right? Mereka kan pulang pergi gitu. Only for meeting,
mm-mm.
ya kan? So I think they can use MRT gitu. Maksudnya ada kayak some rules that government, it's just let me say, like, it's unnotified rules, but so it's for those people, those rich people. So we can, we can receive the annual income eventually. What do you think?
I think it is better if the government improve the what is it? The management and the financial system, yeah, instead of putting all the hutang, what is hutang? Debt ya, Miss? Bukan debt ya?
Yes.
Oh,
BUMN itu
yeah.
bayar ya, by the way, ya.
Oh,
They also investing on that, by the way. Like for
oh,
like 20 or 40% sorry, DPR lagi. BUMN should be the one to pay.
Yeah, I think the government should improve the management and financial system instead of they put all the debt on passengers. Because if the ticket prices become expensive, so maybe many people will choose another transportation like private cars or motorcycles. So it will increase the pollution again and uh what is oh, I think uh several solution, maybe the government should uh, do integration between MRT and buses or another transportation and or ini juga bisa ya reducing unnecessary spending for another programs, so they can allocate it to the transportation improvement, and then and also giving subsidies because MRT is more expensive than the commuter line, and and okay, I think that's all.
Yeah, I really like your answer, by the way. Yeah, it's a good thing actually. Yeah, very good because eventually that even though it's a bilateral agreement between Indonesia and China for the Belt and Road Initiative agreement, economic agreement system, but well, I mean, well, China is also going to be the one who's who's owning this system, and therefore they also need to pay the debt, by the way. Not only Indonesia, but yeah, BUMN is at the risk, by the way, is a high level risk because they're investing, and so many private companies or private investors from Indonesia or other countries, especially from China, they're also investing on MRT, by the way. Yes. So yeah, I think there's so many people that are being involved into this, and they need to be address this issue immediately because we're running out of budget actually, right? Especially for the rupiah.
Miss, the latest issue,
Yes, for sure. Thank you, Kamashita. I really like your answer, by the way. Okay. All right, guys, I think my IELTS student already here, Kak Alifa, but we're waiting for Kak Shifa, Kak Alifa, Can we wait for Kak Shifa first, Kak Alifa?
Sure, Miss.
All right. So before we wait for my other student, one of my student there, Kak Uri, I let you speak now. But I'm so sorry, Kak Uri, I'm not going to give you more question. But I think the follow-up question will be on the group chat. But please remind me, Kak Uri, for that because when the time for Kak Nabil, I completely forgot, guys. So sorry because I had just like overwhelmed about the everything. All right, Kak Uri, thank you. Kak Uri, let's go. Start from you. Okay. Start now.
Okay, thank you, Miss. And tonight I will tell you about the difference between motorcycle and the bicycle. Okay, both of them I have experience using using both bicycle and motorcycle, but I prefer bicycle because they are more eco-friendly and they do not produce air pollution. And as a side effect, people who ride bicycle become healthier because they exercise while traveling. While motorcycles are faster and more practical, bicycles help reduce pollution and support a healthier lifestyle. Personally, I have experience using bicycle when I was in elementary school in Kalimantan. Wait a second. So I rode a bicycle to school every day. The distance between my home and the school was around 4 to 5 kilometers. And at the time, the road was still quiet and safe for children. In addition, bicycles were easy to maintain because the simple problems such as a flat tire and loose chain could be repaired easily without costing an arm and a leg. Although riding a bicycle made me more active and healthy, there were still come challenges. Due to the hot weather in Kalimantan, cycling home in the afternoon could be exhausting and takes more time. In contrast, nowadays I would rather use a motorcycle because my current routines require faster mobility. I often leave at the last minute. As you know, I'm a deadliner person. So motorcycle get me to my office on time. Owing to their speed and storage space, motorcycles are more practical for work and daily activities. They can quickly get me somewhere else, especially when I'm in a hurry. However, motorcycles also have disadvantages because they rely on gasoline. Due to fuel distribution problems and global issues, gasoline has recently become scarce in several cities or districts of Indonesia, including my hometown. Consequently, many people started panic buying fuel, and this led to long queue queue apa sih Miss? Queues as along the way to the two gas station. Some people were afraid to fuel stock would run out, so they bought gasoline in large amount. In addition, many people prefer Pertalite instead of Pertamax because it is subsidized and more affordable for them. As the result, Pertalite becomes difficult to find during certain situations. In my opinion, people in urban cities should use more public transportation to reduce traffic jam and pollution. Beside that, the traffic and air pollution are minor issues in my district because my district uh, uh, is still rural areas. Although motorcycles use, the environmental impact is still under control cases. On the other hand, the biggest environmental problem in Kalimantan is illegal forest burning. Consequently, the government takes serious action by creating regulations and sanctions related to illegal forest burning. I think that's all for my speech, Miss. Okay, and you will give me some question in the group chat, right?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for the speech. By the way, I really like the way that you're mentioning about the advantages and disadvantages. That's a very good thing as well. And also, you're being realistic about the tropical situation for the cycling. I mean, who doesn't want cycling? But well, the tropical weather is just not supporting us at all. Right? It's making it
Yeah.
hard for us to go everywhere, to go anywhere with our cycling because well, it's healthy for sure, right? And it's just less carbon footprint to engage in the air pollution. But somehow, God, the tropical weather is just not in there, right? I think the natural resources not supporting us with that. Very good, by the way. Very realistic. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Gaure, for sharing, by the way. Very good. The follow-up question probably later. Probably, so I'm so sorry if I'm giving you the question at late hours. You can answer it after that. I will wait for you. But if you are already asleep, then I will wait until 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Wait. All right.
Okay, Miss.
Gauri?
Okay.
And send it by voice note. Okay. Thank you so much,
Oh,
everyone, for having me
sorry, Miss.
today. Yes, Gauri?
So I should answer the question by voice note or I just texting in the group chat.
You can just voice note, okay? Send the voice note.
Okay. Okay, Miss.
Thank you so much, Kauri. All right, thank you so much, guys, for having your time with me and then your hard work, your cooperation. I hope that this makes your intermediate level, it's just more increasing in the level. It's just, I want you guys to leveling up your grammar usage and the essential vocabulary as well. All right, subhanakallah wa bihamdika, syadallah ila ila nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.